We're in a different world.
I always love when I'm in different countries, seeing how people live.
We are the happiest country in the world, but we have certain challenges.
Wow, that's a long food line. 5 generations your family's been in this city.
I'm so pleased that Helsinki gets exposure.
What does one of these nice homes go for, do you think? Let's get some baklava. Salmon quiche.
3 million saunas in this country.
It's a wild shot. Big boat with the
Oh, yeah?
Orthodox Church. This isn't the Helsinki I've seen so far.
It's in every country. It's getting like so sad. Dark.
Happy taxpayer.
My worst hangover in 2002 was my first day in Helsinki.
Here's my wife.
Peter, when you get Helsinki on a day like today, it's magical. Unemployment rate is 9%. Countries can always learn from other countries.
Yeah.
What to do and what not to do.
You gotta see both sides of the flip, man. Here's a Hursti's donation line that people unemployed or then there's been a bad luck, they can come and have some food every Wednesday and every Friday. It's a kind of solidarity line, although we have a very good welfare system, but this one is NGO type of a thing.
It's quite long. Wow.
It's quite long. You can see that even though we are, mentioned to be, 7, 8 times the happiest country in the world, but we have a certain challenges.
Okay, so this is not something I would expect here, to be honest.
No, but
Mostly older people, few younger in there.
few younger, but a lot of seniors. Maybe they have very low pensions. And then as you can see here, this area is kind of like a red light.
Do you even have really a bad part of the city?
Not that bad, but I don't know if I would love my kids to spend around here because there's a lot of drugs during the nighttime and some of the problems. That bridge, it used to be the mental, kind of like a division bridge between the southern Helsinki and, let's say, industrial Helsinki, back in the times. Not anymore.
The class divides were much bigger back then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you had more of the aristocratic, wealthier class over here,
Yeah.
working class over there.
We have a nice marina. City is called the White Pearl of Baltics because we have the port here. We have the ferries that go to Sweden. City has been open to the world. Behind the sailing boats, we can see some of the icebreakers, what Mr. Trump and our President Stubb has been negotiating.
Okay, so the Americans are gonna buy icebreakers from you guys.
Yeah, and there's a couple of them.
Okay. I think the Finns are the best with icebreakers.
Exactly. Right? We have had a lot of ice in here, so. And this is the street, actually. I told you I'm a 5th generation Helsinki. I was born in one of the houses on this road.
Oh, this is beautiful. Reading a bit about the history, which is many layers deep. So we're just gonna touch on it today, but a few of the nuggets we'll go through. 1917, you got your independence from the Russians, pre-Soviet.
Yeah, my grandmother's father, actually, he wrote the Declaration of Independence.
And you had a civil war, the Reds and the Whites.
Yeah, and there was the two sides, the Republicans and then ones that wanted to have a king. Ended up to be a republic. This is the most expensive area in Helsinki, I would say. There's a lot of embassies in here. Actually, there was a spa even in 1800. Rich Russians came in here. And at that time, naturally, there was not these apartment buildings, but there were houses. Italian embassy.
Brazilian.
That's where my grandma used to live, and I lived there for a little while in this very building. And that used to be the Russian school during the 70s. And so we were able to hear a lot of cops were patrolling here during the day.
Second World War, you guys were with the Nazis at the end.
Yeah. First we were alone. We were asking help from Britain and Sweden and many other countries. They didn't want to get involved in. There was this Stalin-Ribbentrop agreement where they agreed upon this country would be given to Russian atmosphere, so to speak,
Yeah.
But we disagreed. We wanted to fight for our freedom. And Mannerheim didn't like the Germans because he was a colonel in the old Tsar's army, and he understood what that would mean. And I think he played well. He didn't cut the supply road nor railway tracks to St. Petersburg when it was surrounded by the Nazis. So even though we were tough, we fought for our freedom, but we were still thinking that what is the suitable way to do. And
So as a small power,
yeah,
surrounded by big powers, you always have to play that delicate balance.
exactly.
Enemy of your enemy is your friend,
Yeah,
right? And you have to play that game, right?
we had to play that game in order to get some of the armaments.
In that game, we're going to get into it today with some of the city we see, right? With the
Yeah.
city. But that mentality
Yeah,
is in the Finnish
exactly.
mentality today. What's this?
That's U.S. Embassy.
Okay, that's nice.
Embassy of United States. Kind of little, how would I say, what style that would be? Maybe from
Colonial?
Colonial, I would say as well.
Some sort of colonial Finnish hybrid.
Yeah,
Oh, there. It's a huge embassy.
it is. And they got the best place in the city towards the sea.
How we could talk about this all day, but in a nutshell, how are U.S.-Finnish relations right now politically?
I think they're very good. I think
Very good.
We have to thank the U.S. very much for support to get into the NATO. Once the war in Ukraine started, we applied immediately. There you can see the Diabori, the fortress, where's the church and the lighthouse is. And
Beautiful.
that's Klippan. It's one of the restaurants that is during the summertime.
So you have to take a boat to this little
you
island.
gotta take, but it's good food out there. And here you have the other side of the U.S. Embassy. And here, not too much can be seen.
All right, that's a good embassy job then.
And now we can see the port and the Viking line.
Okay, Risto, I got a story for you.
Yeah.
My first time in Helsinki, 2002, I was on the Viking line from Stockholm.
Okay.
My worst hangover, this is when I drank, was my first day in Helsinki.
Okay.
And I got off that boat because I had 3 Russian bunkmates that had endless vodka.
Okay.
And it was a party boat, as you know.
Yeah.
And I walked down out of that boat, and we're going to go to it today. I could probably identify it, the park bench where I slept for the afternoon. Because I was completely useless. I couldn't do anything. I was actually staying with a man named Sampo Smallelander, who worked at the Math Institute here, who is a mathematic genius. It was called Friends Overseas, and I actually wrote to him. This is how old I am.
Yeah.
Before internet, this is like early 2000s.
Yeah.
You weren't connecting online with people so much. It was a letter, and he allowed me to stay at his place.
Wow.
Okay, so I had to wait until Smallelander got out of work. And
Yeah.
so I ended up on a bench downtown Helsinki. I was one of those people. So that's my Viking line story for you.
Here's the rivalry, the Silja line.
Okay.
So they both go to Stockholm, kind of side by side, and they both try to, how do I say,
Compete with one another?
compete one another, and it's good for the business. Here's a quiet money, and quiet power. In
Quiet
this.
money, old money?
Yeah, old money. Maybe some of the nouveau riche as well, but
Yeah, it is a beautiful cityscape here.
here we can see the cathedrals, and Mr. Engel who designed that.
Helsinki Cathedral with the green dome, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then on the opposite, here's the west and the east is connecting the largest Orthodox cathedral in the west. It's
Oh,
located
okay, yeah.
here. And
You still have many Orthodox here?
no, only a couple of percent.
Couple percent.
Couple of percent, and 60% of the people are belonging to state church, so Lutheran.
Okay, I like it. We're going 28 kilometers per hour and nobody honking, Risto.
Yeah.
It's a very polite culture.
Yeah, it's a polite culture.
Are there many guys like you, Risto? Family's been in the city many generations, or is that pretty rare?
That's pretty rare.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of them are so-called, they brought by train. Because I would say in the 60s, there was a great change in society. The farming was before a very essential part, but then that changed. Didn't need that much worker anymore, so all they came to Helsinki, and that's why there's many layers many dreams, many success stories, but many falls as well, so to speak, in the city.
We'll go back into that area later,
Yeah,
right?
we'll
Okay,
go
that's a really cool part of the city. Okay, so you just have markets here,
Yeah,
right in the square. So yeah, it's interesting your guys' success story here because beginning of the 20th century, very poor country.
very poor.
I mean, even after World War II wasn't thriving, obviously, because of the war, but I mean, it didn't really take off till the 60s, right?
Exactly.
So the 60s till, let's say, 2000, only 40 years, it went from basically being an agrarian, poor country to some degree to having Nokia phones, which at that time were the top phone.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's just good policy, good governance?
I think it was a good governance and some of the innovations and, you know, some of the risk taking by the people at Nokia at that time. And maybe just good timing. And they say that these quiet Finlanders are good engineers and, you know.
You said quiet Finlander.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that. What does that mean?
It means that when you meet first some of the Finlanders, maybe they're kind of like, how they say, reserved a little bit, that they don't jump the gun immediately. But then when you get warmed up, then you can have a good deep friendship with Finlander. Maybe it's the cautious, it's in the DNA while being between the East and the West. The small nation shall not be bragging because somebody come and, you know, put you down.
My theory for that, which you pretty much explained, was that the foreigner, the newcomer that looks different and acts different, quite often throughout history was a threat,
Yeah.
right? So you have to be cautious of that
Exactly.
threat. It's in your DNA.
Yeah.
And then once you get past that, okay, that person's not a threat, they have good intention,
Yeah.
then there's a warmth that comes out.
Exactly.
It's like Ukraine.
Yeah.
In that sense. And Ukraine historically has been in a similar position where its big powers always came storming through. And, you know, who is that new person
Yeah.
coming and what do they want from me?
There's
Is
even
that- is that what it
Yeah,
is?
that's what it is. There's even a saying, it's better to look than regret.
Oh,
It's better to look than regret. Moi.
Klooria ja pitovahaa ja putkusta puhdistus. Huomenna saa.
Okay. Ei haittaa. Hey. All good.
Hyvä.
Kiitos.
Kiva. Moro.
Moi.
I love the sound of your language. It's a bit singy-songy.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah.
Okay, here's something I've heard a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are sick of it. But in the US or most of the West, people say Finland's part of Scandinavia. It's a Scandinavian
No.
country, but it's a
No,
Nordic country.
It's a Nordic
right?
country.
It's also linguistically
Different.
different. Your language is related to Estonian and Hungarian,
Exactly.
which is very interesting. And then the Scandinavian countries, Indo-European languages.
Exactly. They're German related.
Yeah.
The Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and Icelandic.
So this would be your middle class, normal
Yeah.
apartment living here in Helsinki, right?
Exactly. Baby
So
boy.
most tourists, they're going to come to this city. They're going to go to where we started,
Yeah.
basically, right down near the waterfront.
Exactly.
They're not coming back here.
No.
So while everything looks extremely wealthy, that's not the tale for everywhere,
Yeah.
right? I mean, this looks good, but it's not the same as down there.
No.
It's nice though. I
It's
like it.
nice. I like. There's a little bit more of a.
There's some
how do you
charm.
say, charm and feeling.
Yeah, there's a feel here. There's your average person going through their daily life.
Yeah. Like there's a saying, even there the people that cook their potatoes with the water. That happens here as well. Now we got to find a spot.
Yeah, that's not easy, huh?
No.
Finding parking. And they charge a lot. The city charges a
Yes,
lot.
they do. That's why you better find out. There was one free spot.
You say you're saying off camera you have 10 kids?
Yes, I have.
Wow. Any more or are you done?
Hey, come on. I'm an old man in the slippery boots already, so don't expect
One marriage.
one marriage.
Wow. You are responsible for keeping the population up in the country.
Exactly. The demography has been always my big thing. But somebody said to me, I don't have to solve that,
We got Risto.
yeah, by myself.
Lika and Lika, what's that?
Too much is too much. Too much is too much.
Okay, cool. I would never get to see something like this
No.
without you, Risto.
Yeah, and
And everyone in the audience.
yard, and
Okay, so
there's
inner courtyard.
in a courtyard, and then there's a
Little
place
relaxation
where people
zone.
can have a little get-together.
You have a shoe scrubber.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to place it. Like, you know when you're new in a country?
Yeah.
Well, I was here in 2002, but hardly remember. But when you're new, you're trying to like associate it to things you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely an outlier. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
Hello. So you're not sleeping. Okay. All right, thank you. Ilona, it's your daughter, one of the 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so your average apartment, let's say in Helsinki, is how many bedrooms or rooms? Two rooms? Okay.
Two bedrooms, kitchen and living room.
And then you have a porch here.
Yeah.
Here's the kitchen.
Kitchen? Okay.
Kind of an old one. My husband is more of a cooker.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
good.
That's
I'm the chef as well.
You're a chef, are you still?
Yeah.
You look like a chef. For some reason.
There's the other living room.
Okay. Who sleeps here?
Actually, right now, since our child is so, he doesn't sleep very well, so my husband sleeps here.
Okay. In the artwork.
Oh, I made that some
You
years
made
ago.
this?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then,
Bill Bryson, you like travel writing? Or your husband does?
Mostly we have philosophy, because we're
Philosophy,
philosophers,
okay.
both of us.
Where's the baby?
Right there. We can tiptoe there.
Right there.
Let's see.
Okay. And then bathroom.
Yeah, and bathroom.
So, washing machine. So your standard
Yeah, I'd say
Helsinki apartment.
Yeah, basic rental.
Just because it's always interesting to see how things are in different cultures. If you don't mind, you don't have to tell me that. What's the cost of an apartment, like on average, something like this?
This is sort of a less costly one,
Okay.
since it hasn't been renovated in some time. 1,100.
1,100 euros.
Yeah.
it's going to be $1,250.
$1,250. Okay. And what are rents doing in Helsinki? What is the living cost? Are the living costs going up much? Or are they not so bad?
Right now, the rent is going down.
Yeah.
There's been too much,
Whoa.
apartments.
That's a rare story that I've come into lately. Okay, so in Finland, having children, you get how much time off from work?
Well, a lot more than in States.
Yeah, you're gonna make some people jealous right now. So
Yeah.
what is it?
Well, I've been home for a year and a half now.
Good place for kids?
Yeah, I'd say good place to be a parent.
Good place to be a parent.
Yeah. I know that globally people would be jealous. He's a year and a half, and I feel sad to make him to go to daycare. And it feels bittersweet, but I'm lucky to be able to have him with me at home for this long,
Yeah.
and it still feels sad. When we visit the playground nearby, we are sort of the young couple.
And you're 31?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually they're like in the 40s, I think, or late 30s, around that.
Risto already had, what, 5 kids by that time?
More.
Yeah.
7?
Yeah, I think my wife was grandma at the age of 37.
You serious?
Yeah.
21, soon 22 grandkids.
22 grandkids.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not the norm here at all?
No.
No. Okay. Okay.
You know, being a happy taxpayer. we can really, I appreciate the most having a lot of children, that the education is being free. Because, you know, once upon a time I was in a business course at Northwestern University. There was these...
Northwestern in U.S.?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was these groups of people who were thinking to attend, and I was asking, hey, what about the tuition fee for 1 year? 90 grand, 90,000.
When was this?
That was 2010.
Okay.
And naturally you get some of the grants and all that stuff, but here I was then counting that, wait a second, if I have 10 of them and each of them would cost 500,000, it'll be 5 million. No way, gee, I gotta make a lot of money in order to do that. But here you can get, and that's how they pay back. That's why I would say paying taxes is also part of the social rest, you know, peaceful and a trust in society. If you know that when you pay, somebody will receive it back.
Yeah. And small country as far as population, what, 5.6 million people?
5.6 million, it's easier to do in it.
So these comparisons don't work with
No,
the U.S.
Yeah.
at
No.
340 million almost, but it looks attractive.
yeah, looks.
I would love to see more tangible results from my tax dollars.
Yeah,
I see some,
yeah,
but you feel like you're not seeing all of them.
I understand.
And in a small country like this, it's more visible, right? It's
Yeah,
right in
it's
front of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, which is great.
Yeah.
Like that builds trust with your government, right?
exactly.
Okay.
And there's still some trust to some other like
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
Yeah.
That's one.
Okay, that's covered too,
Yeah.
fully?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sweet one. Okay, so what are your tax rates? It's progressive, I'm sure, so.
Yeah.
if
It
the-
is.
What's the top earner pay?
Top earner pays, let's say, a little bit more than 50%, which I think it's too much.
That's like California.
Yeah, peaks up to almost 60 if you count some Social Security
Okay.
contributions in it.
Yeah.
But let's say, and it's a twofold. They have a community taxation, and then they have like the state tax or the national tax. But the state taxation, it peaks up, let's say, to the highest rank, about around $120,000. So it's not, it's pretty low already. I mean, the earnings when it gets up to the peak.
Yoho, are you okay with the camera?
Sure.
This is the husband we were talking about. That was very interesting what we were talking about off camera. About the Swedes looked at you guys as the little brothers.
Yes.
But you're saying the new generation from the Swedes you're talking to look at Finland as sort of cool.
Okay, we were talking about the Nordic cooperation and how we differ in defense with Swedes and Finns. And when the Berlin Wall went down, 1991 or 89, and then there was a lot of willingness among some of the nations, like in Netherlands and Germany and some other, they wanted to sell the hardware, the armament, and we were willing to buy, like tanks and artillery and all that stuff, because we know that maybe these wonderful winds of freedom and democracy may end someday, and then we have to be prepared. But we did it in a quiet way, that nobody noticed that, hey, we still keep the, defense forces.
Conscription.
Yeah.
Conscription's still a thing here, right? How many years for the men?
6 months to a year.
6 months. Women at all or no?
They can do it if they want to.
Okay, but not mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay, so the men have to go to the military. Everyone.
Yeah.
So after 91, Soviet Union falls. A lot of the European countries were like, oh, this story's over.
Yeah.
We can sell our arms away. Oh, these crazy Finns are just going to buy it up. They didn't really get the message. The world's peaceful now. We're all good to go. Which, from your history, you looked at past cycles and you're like, all right, no, this is the time to get things on the cheap and always prepare for the future. Do I have that right?
You have it right.
Okay.
Yeah, and drafting still keep going. I mean, the mandatory service.
So your military is quite robust right now. Mm-hmm. So versus Sweden's, how would theirs? I mean, they have a much bigger population than you.
They got rid of their conscription
a while ago. They have a professional army, but it's not. I mean, they have a good navy and stuff like that. So they have some good equipment, but in terms of numbers, not much really.
In terms of putting guys in the forest up in Lapland on skis and spending the nights in igloos, that sort of thing, they don't have that training, right? That's you guys.
Some of the training.
Okay.
And with us as well.
Okay.
But definitely we
But
have a much stronger army.
if I drop some of the numbers, they have very good, they have a good airplanes and Air Forces, that's fair to say, and also, Navy.
Yeah.
But let's say if we take all that are in reserve, that's going to be 800,000, and they got 50,000, so it's quite a difference.
Wait, you have 800,000?
Yes.
Reserve?
Yeah,
And they have 50,000?
yeah, because they have only let's say 50 to 100.
So
We
is
have
that...
a bigger army than the rest of the Nordics combined.
Wow. So that's still, when you walk and talk around, I mean, we're in a small group here,
Yeah,
but say we're to walk and talk with people in Finland, in Helsinki, this is a common mindset?
Yeah.
Like, still be ready, be prepared?
be prepared, go to the Army, do your service, and be proud of what you got. We have had a tough times between the powerful nations, but be humble at the same time, because you never know.
All right, guys, we are officially in interesting times. Whether in Finland or the desert of Arizona, the world is very beautiful and complex. Very difficult to understand in the media landscape we're currently in. No one journal is seeking truth. Unfortunately, everything has a degree of bias to it. So how do you parse through all the information coming at you? How do you understand the world better? I have a solution for you. It's the app and website Ground News. What I love about Ground News is you can be as specific as you want. If you want to go local, just click on the local tab, see what's going on around in your community, or you can go as far as the international edition. Get stories from afar. Say, for example, this Finland trip, I wanted to see more of what's going on in Europe, so I went on to the European edition. And when you dive into Ground News, this is where it gets cool, is you can see the bias of a specific story. So for example here, the story, thousands of jobs at risk in Africa as US trade deal expires. Now, mostly the left and the center are going to show this story. Or here's another story. Pakistan backs Trump's Gaza plan and considers Abraham Accords. Now, it's just mostly the right that's going to see that story. So what you'll realize is that we're all in our information silos. You can go to one story, see how the right covers it, see how the left covers it, and see if one side's not covering it. It's not always what's being covered, it's what's not being covered. And that's where I find Ground News very helpful. Also, you can see where the money comes from. There's ways to filter through, who's funding different media organizations. It's really a fantastic way to parse through the modern information ecosystem we all live in. Ground News helps. You can get 40% off the Vantage plan if you click on my link below in the description. Again, 40% off if you click on my link. Give them a try. It's been very useful for me. I think it will be very useful for you. Now back to the story.
These were railway service halls back in the days. Now there's different kind of food joints and fast food.
Let's go in one of these?
Yeah.
Just to check it out?
Just check it out.
Oh, so this is just like new, Subway, new grocery store,
Yeah,
but old industrial.
all industrial.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what all kinds of things will appear to here.
Right. I like to show this stuff that you're not going to see on most travel videos to Helsinki.
Yeah.
Because it's not the over-the-top, wow.
No.
Right? But this is how people live for the most
Yeah,
part.
exactly.
Right?
It's kind of turned in the living room of the local people that are living here.
Yeah.
To feel their life nice.
Feel the life, yep. You watching my video? Thank you.
Yeah, I watched it because me and my wife were checking a lot of your videos in different
Oh,
countries.
thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
I was there and I was just looking like, is this the same guy? Because it looks familiar. And you were.
What's your name?
My name is Yuri.
Yuri.
I do art.
Art.
I do art. Yeah.
Nice, Yuri.
I do painting, and that's why I'm here, because I go to this Molotov. You know, there's this Molotov company. I go buy painting.
What's the
stuff.
Molotov company?
They sell all the spray cans and painting stuff.
So-
I do this kind of Christian art.
Christian art.
Yes.
Tell me about Helsinki 2025. What are your thoughts on the city?
Wow. Helsinki 2025.
How are
and
things going? Up,
Things-
down,
well,
in the middle?
lot of new things in the city, and people are happy. People are happy.
You're
and-
feeling that?
Yeah, and people. What I'm most happy that people come to Christ.
Do you see a lot of that?
More young people are coming to Lord Jesus Christ. They're having more faith to God because they see what is happening all around the world.
Risto,
And
you
that's-
agree with that?
Yeah, there's certain studies that especially young men have been more interested in, let's say, going to church nowadays. But then at the same time, the younger females, girls, have kind of like a more being divided. So there's at the same time, I don't know what it is there's been a lot of talk about this woke stuff, that it's males would feel, kind of like, how would I say, suppressed a little bit, and maybe that's kind of one of the
so
reasons.
that exists here in Finland too.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah. If you go back like maybe 4 years, that was different. But now, because I believe that it's because people see that how the society is getting wrong direction. That's why they put their trust in God, because they see that without God we cannot do nothing, no good choices.
Okay. And you feel like society here's been going in the wrong direction?
Well, I can say like this, that in whole world
Okay.
is getting.
So that's a universal feeling.
Because I also checked the American. Myself, I like a lot of American. My wife likes a lot of American. It's in every country. It's getting so sad, dark. There is many good stuff in Finland, just like in other countries, but many, wrong choices are also seen.
So is becoming religious helped out your life a lot?
I don't say religious, but keeping the word of Jesus, that helps many people, and many people are getting, healed, and many people are getting healed from their depression and anxiety and distress and all of their sickness. So that's something else than religion. It's living faith.
And you know what? Also, this might sound boring to you, but a lot has to do, I think, with just the connecting with others part of it.
Yeah.
The community, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got so used to digital screens that you're getting together
Yeah,
with others and praying.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
I hope you edit that good, because my English is not that good.
No, it's good. I love it.
God bless you guys.
God bless.
thanks.
Okay, next neighborhood.
Next neighborhood going to be on the east side of Helsinki. It's called East Center. Great percentage of the population of that part of the city are immigrants. And we want to see how the things develop for them.
Okay.
It's kind of like going to a little different country from the center of town.
Okay, Risto, so totally different Helsinki over here.
Yeah, totally different Helsinki. This is the shopping mall Puhas, and as you can see, there's a wonderful stores here that are for the halal and different. We can take a peek if you want inside the store, and also the restaurants are the barber shops and you can
Baghdad
see
sweets.
Baghdad
Oh, maybe
sweets.
they have baklava.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Exactly. The baklav and the kirkuk restaurants.
Oh, wow, this totally went Middle
butchery.
East.
It's
Okay.
like in the Middle East. So we drove, 7 miles?
Right.
We're in a different world. Hey. And even the language-wise, we're very
Right.
much different. I think Finnish language here is a minority.
Yeah.
Over here, absolutely.
Finnish, do you notice a lot of immigrants, wherever they come from, very few of them take on Finnish?
They try, they have to, because otherwise it's really hard to get a job if you don't,
Okay.
you know. And here's a lot of them discussing, is it good or bad? It's just the true thing that there's a concentration of, you know, immigrants and cultures. Maybe it's a good thing for the community, but from the perspective of integration into society, it might be difficult.
Okay, got you. So we're in an area. It's a bubble, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, so people are going to live and work here.
Yeah.
Stay here. Stay with their people.
Exactly.
And not integrate in.
Not integrate.
They're two different worlds next to each other.
Exactly.
It's a tough topic.
It is.
Most people don't want to go there in these videos because they get labeled, and I could care. I've been called everything under the sun, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Because I think it's an important topic. Like, it is that, you know,
It is.
someone comes to the new land.
Yeah.
It's like coming into a home, right?
Yeah.
Do you take your shoes off? Do you bring
Yeah.
something? Do you add? Many of these people, I'm sure, are adding, right?
Sure.
They're working
Entrepreneurs.
all over the city. They're working here, but then they're the types that come in, and the type of people, the mentality that bring in their muddy boots,
Yeah.
that don't bring anything, and then just take. And that's
Yeah.
where the friction lies, right? I
Exactly.
can't speak for everyone.
Yeah.
Those are just my thoughts.
Yeah.
Should we go upstairs here?
Yeah, we can try. Let's see.
Yeah, that's not the Helsinki. This isn't the Helsinki I've seen so far.
Exactly. This is falling apart, right?
Okay, yeah. So is this a big topic in the culture here?
It is. It is for some of the people. It is really a big issue, and I can understand. You know, then it comes to the safety, and there's a different kinds of as you can see, it's kind of like in a square of I don't know.
Actually, I gotta say, in the Middle East, I haven't been in a square that looks this grubby. They're usually kept up better.
Yeah.
And whose responsibility is that?
I think right now there's a developer that owns this place, and
Okay.
there's been plans to, take it down and build a new one. But then I do believe that it's going to change a whole bunch of light, because then
Okay.
if you put a prime new buildings, the rents will go up through the roof.
Right, right.
And
Is this it, Risto, or is there anything else to really see out here?
no,
That's about it. We'll
about
get
it.
some baklava. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of the issues don't come from actually where someone's from. I think it comes from, and you can tell me if you think I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
It comes from cultural differences. For example, the crosswalk.
Yeah.
You know, in Finnish culture, you stop at the crosswalk, right?
Yes, you do.
Or American culture, you
Yeah.
stop at the crosswalk. If someone comes from another culture and that's not normal where they're from, and they blaze through, then it pisses the locals off,
Exactly.
right?
So that's
And
a minor thing.
it's a cultural friction,
Yeah.
a values friction, right? And so that's the point where I saw this in the United States. A lot of Haitians would come to smaller communities. I don't blame them. I do the same thing. There are these chicken factories hiring. You get out of Haiti, you make way more money, but there is no integration process.
Exactly.
Therefore, the local community, all of a sudden, these different values were imposed upon them quickly, and that doesn't go well with anyone. I don't even think it's a racial thing. I think it's a values thing.
Yeah, but what is the silver bullet that could solve the issue? Some kind of a camps or working through the integration where they would be able to learn our
Right.
values and also obey them and have a little respect, and also us guys towards them, so we could be coexist. And I think that has been possible in, let's say, like in the States. If you look at New York, there's pockets.
Yeah, New York is just everyone's there
Yeah.
in masses, and that feels very normal.
Yeah.
But if in Finnish or Helsinki culture, you don't throw trash on the ground,
No.
it's a no-no,
No.
and then someone moves in and starts
they
throwing trash, it's gonna piss everyone off.
Exactly.
It's just common sense, right?
It is.
So it's the immigrant's responsibility to understand the culture they're moving into and respect it.
And I think one of the friction that is created, like I said before, was when you move in the city, you get the rights, residential rights that are pretty wide,
Like what?
like child allowance, like all the free health care. Even if you can make the ends meet, you will get support from the states. And if somebody, let's say, I don't want to blame anybody, but we see that no magic comes without cost. You have to have your responsibility also in that integration. And I think that's very important also in here, that we could be able to connect and deliver the values that change behavior, that it doesn't create the friction, because that can cause some, even political issues and on a personal level.
Okay, is there a lot of friction right now in local culture, would you say?
No, not that it would create let's say, and maybe that's the area where it's kind of a little...
People don't talk about it.
Yeah, don't talk
Nobody
about
likes to talk about it because nobody wants to be called a racist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then I would say, hey,
I would say grow
guy.
up. I'd say these conversations need to be had. And so on the flip side, there are people that immigrate that want to be there. They love the country.
Yeah.
They speak Finnish.
Yeah.
They participate. They respect
Wonderfully.
the culture. And I'd say, I can speak for the United States at least, people love those people.
Exactly.
Right. They love them.
Exactly.
And especially once they get citizenship, they're just as American as I am.
Exactly.
Right? And that's a beautiful thing.
That's a beautiful
But
thing.
it's when it's the opposite, then it pisses people off.
And I do believe that there's a possible, like I told you before, in our history, there was a lot of foreigners that created some of the,
Right.
Finnish structure and all that, a lot of the entrepreneurs and even industries.
Yeah.
And I think there shall be some kind of a route to be chosen. We need hope in the future.
Yeah.
And that's going to be something that if I can find that solution, how to do that, man, I'd be a happy one.
All right, let's get some baklava.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This looks good.
Yeah. What should we take, hey? Onko jossain suolasta jotain? Ei ole.
Oh, that's cool. So no English, Finnish. Okay.
Suomea. Okay, puhutaan sitten suomea. We speak some of the Finnish. What baklava we should take?
I don't know. This looks like the traditional, like Turkish style, huh?
Turkkilainen tyyli.
Arabialainen ja turkkilainen. Se on mix.
Arabian and Turkish. It's mixed.
Okay.
Two pieces, this one.
Two, yeah.
Yeah.
D1 Baghdad.
D1
D1
Baghdad
Baghdad.
sweets.
Baghdad, this one.
Are you from Baghdad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Baghdad, yeah.
Should we taste the one in the bread?
Yeah. One of the bread.
Anna. Okay.
Terve.
So how many years has he been here from Iraq?
Monta vuotta sä oot ollut täällä?
Melkein, mä tulin tänne 2008.
2008 came in here.
Oh,
so
that's
17
when
years.
the war was at its worst. I think 2007, 2008.
Yeah. Silloin sota oli pahimmillaan siellä.
And
Ja vielä on.
Kaikki Arabian maili sekaisin nyt.
Niin, all the Arabian countries are kind of mixed up or screwed up
because of the war.
because of the war. Still,
Yeah.
it's kind of...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
No, it's. I never wanted that war.
Yeah.
I never
Mä en
wanted that
ikinä-
war.
Ei ikinä tahtonut sitä.
Mä tiedän. Eli tää on Aasia, eli maissa tää on.
Oh yeah, it made it warm for us.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This is naan.
Naan bread, yeah.
Naan bread.
I want to have a piece of it, hey? That's a lot of times.
Jos sinä juo niin maitoa, niin kuuma maitoa tai teetä, se on aamulla
Nice.
tosi hyvä. Joo,
Shukran.
afwan.
His daughter knows you. He's got a younger daughter who, for sure, knows you. Your
Watches the content. Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
the
Thank
content
you.
of your.
Tell her thank you.
Kiitos.
Joo, syö, isä.
Okay.
Okay,
Ei tarvi maksaa mitään.
it's on the house.
No, Habibi, come on.
It's on the house.
Ensimmäinen kerta tuli tänne. Joo, isä.
Hei, kiitos.
Joo, kiitos sulla.
Kiitos.
Tervetuloa edelleen.
Me tullaan.
Yabasha, Yabasha.
Kiitos.
Shukran. That's
Wow.
cool. Baghdad Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't forget that sign. People need to come here when they're in Helsinki. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a
Yeah.
try, Risto, right now. Because good baklava is an art.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
is. I needed
Oh, yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Some energy.
Did I wear you down a little?
No, but I mean, it's already
No, I hear you.
pretty long. Since
What time
the
is it?
break. It is 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, super.
Worth coming out here for this.
Exactly, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Nice people.
Great guy.
Yeah.
And
nice
that-
people.
And that's why, Risto, it's, we can walk over here. Is that all right?
Yeah.
It's so tough about this.
It is.
Because that guy left in 2008.
Yeah.
I think 2007 and 8 were some of the worst times in Iraq.
Yeah.
I met a lot of Iraqi refugees in Syria in
Yeah.
2008 when I went there. And so that guy left because of instability, most likely,
Yeah.
right? He left because the war got so bad. You start going into some of these stories, a lot of them are horrific, right? They're terrible. And I blame the foreign policy of my government for creating that situation, right?
That's
and
true.
I never think of people are their politics, right? I didn't
Yeah.
want that war. I didn't want that war from the get-go, but I'm associated with it because I'm American, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone ever to judge me for that because I didn't make the decision.
No, I
Right?
understand.
But that is part of the complicated tale of immigration.
It
Is a lot of people's lands got really messed up from bad policy and they gotta flee. A guy like that speaks Finnish, really nice guy, adding to society. He doesn't look like he's taking benefits, right?
No.
I'm sure he brings up good kids,
Yeah.
and that's what you want, right? If people are gonna immigrate,
There you
that's
go.
the story you want.
Yeah. But these kind of people would like to have more, right? That they start their company, they provide to the society. You know, that's all about it. That's a kind of chain of generations. That what we do. We raise the family, we provide to the society, and then we live happily together, right?
The problem with politics, though, I can speak for the US here. The right is going to show all the immigrants are taking things, every single one of them, right? They're not going to show that story. The left is going to show they're only a net benefit to society and they're taking nothing. So depending on what you're tuning into, you're going to see one side of it. Nobody's really trying to dig into it deeper.
Yeah, and the truth is somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Coexist, respect the values, try to integrate, and do the thing that would reflect the life of your own society. I think that's the way to go.
You got all the birch trees here. This is beautiful. Very crisp, fresh air.
Yeah, that's what the Helsinki has pretty good. Yeah.
Surrounded by water, that helps. And these are, well, older homes, right? But
Yeah,
much bigger homes.
much bigger homes. Some of the wealthy people decided to move into this area, Kulosaari. That's why there's a couple of foreign-owned, like embassy stuff.
That's Iran.
But then there's the regular homes.
Okay. So what does one of these nice homes go for, do you think?
If you get closer to the sea, it might be a few mil. The wealthy corporate people, maybe some that have inherited, all money.
Okay.
Their parents made a fortune and then they're living here.
Do you have much corruption in your politics here? As in, can someone get into the equivalent of the Congress, like US Congress, be a Senate member and then, leave their term with many millions of dollars through the right investments because they have certain knowledge that the rest of us don't? Does that exist?
Not
Or
much.
There's not much corruption here.
Not much corruption. There might be things like, let's put it this way, that during the career as a politician, then when you get, older in that politics, and then maybe they show you a job.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's kind of like a little could be corrupt, as you understand,
Yeah.
but not like monetary, bribes given the money.
You don't have a lobbying system like the U.S.
We have some lobbies, employer and employees lobbying. I think it's normal that if there's a tendency, what they want to change the legislation, then there's a bunch of group lobbyists that want to prevent
Right.
that to happen.
Oh, this is a special neighborhood.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
that's
That's the Moroccan ambassador.
yeah.
Is it?
That's
I
about,
guessed it.
That's about Iraq.
Iraq. Yeah, I wouldn't think Iraq would need such an embassy here.
No, but that was during the Saddam time. I don't know how much money they did spend there, but I bet you that wasn't why.
That's a wild shot. That's a Helsinki shot right there. The big boat with the Orthodox church. So we're going downtown?
Yep.
Okay, so we sort of skirted around the city a bit.
Yes, we did.
And then we're going to the Nugget, which most people know of. Or if you're going to watch a
Exactly.
video on Helsinki,
Exactly.
But
Then
it's-
they will show you
they're showing us that.
this southern part pretty much.
The Risto tour is unorthodox.
Exactly.
We have Orthodox and unorthodox.
Exactly. That's what we got. You got to see both sides of the flip, heads and tails, eh? Let's see, now we can walk a little bit. There's a couple of guys just laying low, eh?
Oh, that's nice.
Sea pool, which is getting cold.
Okay, so you swim in there in the winter?
Yeah, I take a dip, but it gets really cold. It gets like 3-4 centigrades.
These guys are going in now.
Exactly.
How cold?
Now it might be something like a 12 centigrade
Okay.
in the high 40s, low 50s.
Is there a sauna?
These are 3 saunas, one mixed, one male, one female. And then there's a couple of saunas downstairs underneath this where we are now.
What a cool zone, huh?
Yeah. And in behind there's a city part called Katajanokka, where you can see the red brick buildings.
And there's the Viking line
Exactly.
that I told you about. I remember
Yeah.
getting off there and walking down here
Yeah.
all the way into town where we're going to go.
Yeah. So this
This
is how
is
you can see
fantastic.
that it's open to the world. Sea unites us to the rest of the world, and there's been always, the mentality that we want to be open to the world. But there's a fortress of Viapori guarding us. But this is, I think, remarkable that there's so crazy people that give allowance to build a pool before the presidential palace.
That's the palace right
The
there.
yellowish building. And when there's a visitors like Mr. Trump and Putin was a few years ago here, so they closed all the pools. They reserved the pool area that there was only media and that stuff in here, because otherwise it would be a good place for the snipers, hey?
Right. So how does it make you feel, Risto, after a full life in the city, 5 generations?
Adam feels like a home, eh?
Yeah.
But it's gone through a lot, and it's a city story, it's your own story, it's your own life. It changes all the time during the course of the time, because, different phenomena, they come and go, but maybe the core remains, that you have to know what you do, and there's that silent will that will take you where you want to go. And I think in the city there's a lot of that will, but there's a lot of secrets as well, as we saw in the food line, eh?
Salmon quiche. This isn't really finished, is it?
Well, it's
It's a
kind of
sandwich.
finished. Sandwich with the cheese. But
a lot of
salmon is pretty much, it's one of the fish we eat a lot. We
Yeah.
eat also pike perch is very good. I think that's the one.
Pike perch.
Yeah, it's white fish, kind of not too much of a taste, but when you make it fine, you fry it in the butter and not too much spicy and meat potatoes, it's marvelous.
Risto, how often are you out here in the winter?
Typically I'm 3 to 4 times a week. if possible, in the morning side. And no matter what weather, it can be, snowy, and it feels nice when the snowflakes drop on your back and you feel kind of a little pinch and even a little hail sometimes. But it's so different when the water's warm and you can do your swimming, because as you know, I'm a swimmer.
And then you go in the sauna. But this is important in your culture.
Oh yeah, the saunas, there's more than
What's
3 million saunas in this country.
3 million.
Yeah.
You're a deep thinker, Risto. What do you think the lesson of the sauna is? What is the deep thought of that?
I think because in a very typical, sauna, we're equal. People don't have who's CEO, who's the janitor or whatever. You lose everything, but you're only yourself. I think that's the core thing.
So that's just wild that the president's in right now. Mm-hmm. And you can just walk right by it and park. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a car there. I don't know if it's stationary, but you can just walk right by it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That was kind of amazing story when the Putin and Trump, they were here
a
few years ago, okay? And after, that was Niinistö was our president at that time. After those guys left, there's a little terrace behind near the Uspens Cathedral. And he went there with a couple of his bodyguard. I need a beer. And he walked there and no guards, but maybe one bodyguard with him. So cool. That tells about the trust and the security of the country. After, how would I say, stressful day, he wanted to relax in a local bar.
Okay, I was just asking you about salary off camera. You said a good sort of average salary here is $50,000.
Yeah.
Would be $50,000. Mm-hmm. But then you said something I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
What was that again?
That is the taxman releases the report, the information in late October that there's everybody's income is known, whether capital gains or salary or whatever. He have sold his company, everything is public.
Every year?
Every year.
So everyone knows how much you made if they want to know that?
Exactly. If they go, there's even kind of like a site. You put your name and it shows, gee, I've earned this much, I paid this much taxes and blah, blah, blah. Some people like it, some people don't.
What's the president making?
I think he's got a pretty low, a couple hundred and plus.
A couple 100,000 plus?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that system where everyone can see what you make?
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed.
Like, what's the point of it?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's kind of like it's not a beauty parade, but it's kind of like an envy parade.
Right.
I don't like it too much.
Yeah, and it's also a criminal parade. If they're a smart criminal, they'll be like, here's the guy that's got all the resources.
Exactly.
But you don't have much criminality.
Mm-hmm. But there's been cases. There's a CEO of one big listed company. They got the information that there's going to be a criminal group that is going to kidnap their family. And that's not a good thing. But there were foreigners that were planning to kidnap. But then the internal police or the secret police got the information and they stopped it. But good for them.
As a Yankee, I interpret that all as an infringement on my freedom and my privacy.
I could understand that easily.
But that's why I love making these videos, because every country has all these little details and nuances that you would never know about just traveling here until you have a long enough conversation where it comes up, like what you just said. And you're like, wow, I would have never thought of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is the heart of it all. From here, where we're going into those trees, right?
Yeah, that's the north and south esplanade.
Do you know the band Hanoi Rocks?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
I met these guys, Michael Monroe, Andy
Yeah.
McCoy, 2002, coming off the boat. This was about 1 a.m.
Okay.
I was walking back to my hostel after a night of drinking.
Okay.
And these guys were like swamp creatures coming out of the water. And it's sort of for those that don't know, sort of an 80s glam band.
Yeah.
Finnish style.
Yeah.
And I said to the guy, I was trying to figure out what type of music, because I didn't know. I said, it's sort of like Guns N' Roses or Motley Crue.
Yeah.
And then they stopped. I said they're forbidden, Motley Crue, because Vince Neil, the singer for Motley Crue, killed their drummer Razzle in a car accident. He overshot a corner in the Hollywood Hills and killed their drummer. And I had no clue Motley Crue had anything to do with them, but I hit the nerve right off the bat. But they were cool, and we hung out here for like 2 hours.
Wow.
And Michael Monroe had these bugged out eyes.
Yeah.
And a pin that said, F off, I'm precious. But Finland, I'm sure you know this, but I just read, coming in this trip, has the most amount of metal bands per capita in the world. You guys got metal,
Yeah.
you have hockey,
Yeah, hockey is
you
big.
have rally car racing,
That's true.
Which
F1 racers.
which are all pretty badass things. Without the Finnish presence on the Florida Panthers, we wouldn't have won the last
Yeah,
two
go.
Stanley Cups.
Yeah, go Panthers, go.
Barkov, Lundell,
Yeah.
Nikola.
Yeah, I checked the final games, and it was very interesting to see because of the Canadian, what's his name?
McDavid, Connor McDavid.
Yeah, he was so keen on getting that NHL.
Well, my favorite Swede, Forsling, shut him down.
Yeah,
It was a beautiful thing. Okay, so this would be the ground zero, the center point of Finland, right? If you're to pick one point,
Yeah, I
would it be here?
I would say the market square, because the market square is the place where, and back in the old days, there was a lot of boats selling potatoes and fish and things, and here now it's more for you can see still some of the veggies and fruits there, but
Yeah.
now it's more for the tourist attraction. Things change. And here we come to the Park of Esplanade. They call that restaurant a chapel, kappeli. Through the generation, people known in Helsinki have visited in
Yeah.
this restaurant chapel. Let's
What's going
go.
on here? What are you guys doing?
We're having a photo shoot.
Oh, okay, all right.
And here, there's going to be a band soon playing.
Oh, nice. Free music?
Yeah, free music for the people.
When you get Helsinki on a day like today, it's magical.
It is.
Nice breeze,
Nice, free.
not too cold.
Not too cold. It's just about perfect right now. I'm so pleased that Helsinki gets exposure.
There is not that much online. I was surprised.
No.
When I got on in English,
Yeah.
at least. I mean, there's a lot of like top 5, 10 things to do type videos, stuff like
Oh,
that.
sure.
But as far as like understanding the city at a deeper level,
No.
I couldn't find anything.
I think you're the first.
And just one video only does so much.
Yeah. These guys, Eino Leino, he did all the national poets before the independence. He was a genius and standing tall.
How would you say that, okay, standing tall, here's a question you can't have the exact answer for, but the national psyche right now of Finland, like how is the country doing, would you say, overall?
I think it was united before the joining of the NATO, because that we felt the kind of threat, and even as our president said, now the masks have been taken away from the eastern side. He said that to our people. And we felt it, that maybe that unifies. I think in those questions we're very unified. But then in some other political issues like how should we, the social welfare and what is enough, what is not enough, there's some differences in policies and also in opinions, which is fine. Now there's a more right coalition on force.
Okay.
And they've had to do some of the cuts because we took a lot of loans as a country during the pandemic, because pandemic was kind of crazy time for a lot of the countries
Yeah.
to spend money too much. and now we're trying to kind of squeeze it up back to the normal.
How is the job market right now? Unemployment rates? Those
Unemployment
sorts of
rate
things?
has been pretty bad.
Pretty
First of
bad.
all, yeah.
Okay.
It's about a 9%.
Unemployment rate is 9%?
Yes, it's the second
high.
highest in Europe because
Jeez.
we took a lot of hit because of the war. We had to change. There was a lot of companies that did export.
When you say the war, just for the audience, the most recent Ukrainian war.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you've had a million wars here.
Exactly. And then import of oil and energy. That was one of the issues that we faced. We had to switch that. Now we're independent from that. But you know, it takes a toll on country when you have to do some of the changes. And the world market has been kind of not sluggish, but one of the biggest countries we export a lot has been Germany, and Germany's economy has been pretty much down.
Right.
But the overseas between US and Finland, that has grown rapidly.
That's grown rapidly.
Yeah, we're buying the F-35s from you, and then there's a talks about the icebreakers and all the big things, and I hope that is going to develop towards a very good. So it's interesting to see. But
So for young people, I mean, you can't have all the answers, and it's
No.
one man's opinion, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
But what about young people finding work right after university? I mean, you would know through some of your kids, obviously.
I know. Let's put it this way, that I have a little sample only, but
Yeah.
I found they all have found.
Okay, good.
And they've gone to university and then they've gone into the workforce. I could be easily biased and explain that, hey, if you try hard, there might be situations where there's a barrier or tumbling blocks where you hit your foot. But in general, I think if you're trying and you're talented, you will make it.
I think countries can always learn from other countries.
Yeah.
What to do and what not to do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And Finland's one of those countries, even though it's not an apples to apples comparison, I do like the thought of at least a base level healthcare system
Yeah.
for everyone. You're not going to get an MRI tonight if you want
No,
it.
no.
Right. So I just feel like a base level of healthcare. I just went to the ER room in the US.
Yeah.
My deductible on my healthcare insurance is $12,000.
Yeah.
The bill was $10,000.
Yeah.
So I have to pay. Even though I have insurance, I have to pay $10,000. Now, my taxation is much lower than yours.
Yeah.
So you are paying for healthcare through
Yeah.
taxes, right?
Exactly.
So it's not as easy as free healthcare. Nothing's free.
Nothing's free. Yeah, you're right.
But I think it is good to have a basic level of healthcare in society. Now in the US, what a lot of people don't understand, anyone's gonna get healthcare who wants it. They show up to the ER room. If they have some acute issue, it's taken care of. No matter if they're legal, illegal, any background, whomever is gonna get taken care of. It's not like people are out on the streets. A lot of people don't understand that from outside the US, but somebody's gotta pay for that.
Yeah.
And it's people like me who have to pay the bill when I go in there because the rates are so high.
Got
They're
it.
crazy. The system is fundamentally
Yeah.
not working well. Now, if I want brain surgery, I'm happy to be where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of good specialists for that sort of thing. But I do have to say, I think it does take maybe a little buzz of anxiety out of society when you know that you're not going to get stuck with a $10,000 bill.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But then if you want to have a certain level of, let's say, benefits, you either pay through the taxes or you pay a private HMO or
Yeah.
healthcare. So maybe it ends up to being quite a bit the same. Only thing how we could be able to compare the situation is what percentage of GDP you guys pay totally your healthcare.
Oh, way more.
Way more.
We're
And
paying
then
the most in the
yeah.
world.
But
crazy.
here we have kind of like a dual system as well, in a sense that we have this universal healthcare, but at the same time, we can have a private schemes on top of it, kind of like a topping up.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and then if you don't want to, let's say, queue for 6 months for a certain operation, you have the, extra top healthcare scheme, and then you go direct. Yeah, you can say maybe this is a luxury thing, maybe it is, but it's there.
Yep. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And those guys holding the lamps, the railway station, that's kind of like our central station. And maybe we can walk through. I know there's a lot of construction going on right now, but
Yeah, and just to finish up on the healthcare, a bit of a boring topic,
Yeah.
but I think interesting, comparing systems. People that have most jobs, most professions in the US, healthcare is provided with the work.
yeah, with the work. Well,
Which I don't like in the sense that you lose the job, you lose your healthcare.
I understand that. Here we have a little bit of a similar system that the employer provides the health care for the workers, but then you don't have to use the public health care, the universal.
Oh, okay.
So typically they're private.
Look at this, Risto. What a beauty.
Yeah.
This is what you want.
It's busy as in any
Yeah.
little city, so to speak.
So Helsinki, roughly almost 700,000 people now,
Yeah.
but in
plus-
1910 it was 100,000.
Yeah.
That is crazy growth.
And actually, if you take the Espoo and Vantaa surrounding, it's about a 1.5.
Okay, metro area.
Yeah, metro area.
okay. Just so many architectural nuggets.
Yeah, like it. The one that is the National Theater. One of my relatives was one in establishing the institution.
I think that stories with everything here, Risto. One of your relatives,
Yeah. And,
XYZ.
and there was actually a play called Cranes, you know, the birds.
Yep.
Last year that was telling this story of our family history, of a three writers, authors, ladies that are Helmi Kroon, Aino Kallas, and Aune Kroon. And it was a play of all that history. We had a big laughs. There's a National Art Museum, Atheneum. And if you can see, they state, Concordia res parve crescunt. In Latin, it means that concordia, con is with, heart is cordia, res parve, little things grow. And if you can read unanimous understanding in small things, then they grow. And I do believe that now, especially thinking the war in Ukraine, it would be a very good statement. Concordia res parve crescunt. I think it's magic, that sentence.
And the Ukrainian flag's right behind you, as you said that.
Exactly.
I'm getting it here, being so close to Russia and your history. You just have a lot of sympathy, you have a lot of understanding.
Yes.
You've been down the road before.
Yeah, we've been there.
You
We've
went
been
there, but
Yeah.
Ukraine could probably learn a lot from you guys, right?
Hopefully so. I don't know. The warfare has changed a lot, but I
Yeah,
think the
yeah, that's
mentality and so that we can survive and maybe kind of like there with like Concordia res parve crescunt. And if we can agree on the little things, maybe we can agree on bigger things. And maybe that's our wish, hey?
Yeah, it's interesting what forms national identity, obviously, is not just the nation state boundaries.
No.
Language is so important,
Education.
culture, even theater.
Even theater.
Has a play in it,
And even
in
the
education.
arts.
Yeah, and the game was always you if you can get rid of the language, you control the people to some degree.
There you go.
Take away the language, because language is identity. And you guys have Swedish as a national language also.
Yeah, yes. we
But
do
there are
too.
only like 5% speakers here in Helsinki.
Yeah. Plus, then there's naturally those who learn, like me, at the school, and maybe like me, who lived in Sweden and picked up the language. My mother used to study here. Let's see.
Question of time.
A lot of these national art gallery works are from the time prior our independence. Like this one is from 1882. And somehow the artists and strengthen the feeling of our nationality. And I think this art museum, Atheneum, National Art Museum, well presents those emotions still. And it says it was a golden era of the artists who did this.
Oh, this is cool. great.
50s, 30.
You got some great art.
That's cool.
That is cool.
This picture, it tells about Töölö, which is a nice part of the city that used to be rock. And now I know my parents, like my mother in her childhood lived in that area and remembers the rocks. And here we can see some of the pieces of art, how they were building it. But I still recall that maybe for the memory of how the city has shaped, the art is important because a lot of people, when they stroll along the streets of Töölö, for example, they don't have a clue what it was before.
Right.
And it's good to have something that reminds me that there's been a lot of work done for this city during the different
A lot of
centuries.
people sacrificed. I look at the States the same. A lot of people sacrificed to make it the way it is so I can live a nice life.
Exactly.
Right. And it's our generation's responsibility to keep that up for the next.
Commemorate.
Right? And not take it for granted.
Exactly.
That's
what it is, yeah.
So when you look at infrastructure like that, I look at like the highway system in America, like the Eisenhower highway system was built, interstate system was built,
system,
like very quickly.
Yeah.
And now I just get to drive down it.
Yeah.
You know.
All over the place.
All right, guys, we're gonna leave here soon, but this is very interesting. Risto, I was just saying, I like how you decided to bring us in here to show how art was very influential in identity. I think that's a great point and overlooked often. Art, music, cinema, right? You have some great artists here.
Yeah.
I gotta come back to this place. Look at this. Guys, today we're trying to show you as much as possible, to show you different parts of the city, different identities, different realities people live in. But overall, I gotta say, this is one spectacular city, quite possibly one of my favorite, because it's got architecture going for it, safe, clean. There's a feeling here, I'm not gonna get through the camera, but there is a feeling that is different than anywhere else that I've been. That is nice. I'm still trying to figure out what that is. And there are guys like Risto here, who's just gracious enough to bring us into his world. Without you, Risto, we wouldn't see any of this. I would see the buildings, but I wouldn't have the good commentary from you.
Wonderful.
And I do very little internationally these days with content.
Yeah.
The channel started all internationally. Now it's like hardly at all.
Yeah.
Video or two a year.
You see here, people playing chess.
Yeah.
That's the Helsinki National Library, and there's a movie theater, restaurant.
You have a movie theater here?
Yeah.
In the library?
In the library. Workstations, urban workshop, reading room, workplaces, kitchen learning space.
It's a full experience here.
It's a full a la carte.
Yeah.
Drop-in computers, you can go online and you can do some of the printing.
I've never seen that in a library, this
Nor
sort of
either
setup.
me.
No, it's first time for you?
Yeah, but all the people don't have the machines and then they come and use, right?
It's nice. No, I like it. 3D printer. Can you use this? Or?
Yeah. You can try. It says here. You see. Want to try 3D printing?
Okay, put your USB stick into the printer's USB port. Okay, and then you can print something.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah?
Takeaway souvenir.
Yeah.
This is something for old people, and when Helsinki turned, I don't remember how many years old, but the city government asked the people, what do you want to have in Helsinki? So the people said, we want to have a multifunctional library.
Okay.
So here we are. This is cool.
They listened.
Nice architecture, and as you see.
A lot of people.
We're making a video today on Helsinki, showing all aspects of the city.
Okay.
So we wanted to show this off.
Oh yeah, this is the, let's say, one of those most visited places at the moment.
So as a resident, you're proud to see this here, right?
Yeah. We people, we like this.
It's like a living room.
Share it also with the tourists and everyone.
Yeah.
And then all these activities here, because they have now this immigration is a big issue everywhere in the world. So they have sessions here and so on, and little by little they are learning our society and Finland and so on, and this is also a place for them.
Okay, so like integration sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. We talked about that today. We went to what neighborhood? What was that where we got the baklava?
Itäkeskus.
Itäkeskus, yeah.
Yeah.
It's another society, yeah.
It is.
It's multicultural, let's
very-
put it that way.
Yeah.
So are you happy with the direction Finland is going right now? Are you happy with the country?
Let's say in unemployment, it is a big issue.
Unemployment is, yeah.
Unemployment, it is a big issue, and I think we need to solve it somehow.
Are the youth leaving the country, or what's the deal with unemployment?
No, they are staying, but the social security is such good, so they get unemployed people, they get support from the government. So it's some people say, right-wing people say it's free money for them.
Okay.
Okay, they are just milking the society. But as there is no opportunities to work, and now this people are talking. There's a big change in our economical system, AI and other things. So we don't know. We are not junction what to do. how to
Right.
do.
It's a time of change.
Yeah, time of change. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
The world is
Yeah.
everywhere has that energy right now.
Yeah.
I would say it's a universal thing.
Yeah, it's universal, but we need to solve those problems. And I
Okay.
think we will. And of course, we need to keep somehow we need to keep control of the immigrants or immigration, so that it is not too easy. So if you want to live in Finland, so you need to learn something about the society.
Yeah.
Not just isolate to your own villages there somewhere in Itäkeskus or somewhere.
Yeah.
If you are in Finland, you need to learn Finnish language or Swedish language. You need to be able to communicate. And that's important.
So this is a big topic. We touched on it today, but
Yeah.
it's a big topic in the country.
Exactly.
Okay.
But also at school, think about the school teachers, as there's so many people from so many cultures. So they need to be
Versatile.
versatile, multi-talented people.
Right.
And to different cultures, how to behave with different cultures and things like that.
Risto, coolest library I've ever been to in my life. The energy there. People really want to be there.
Yeah, it seems to me. And it was kind of nice how the setting was done. Like the city asked what the people wanted, and they wanted to have a wonderful library. The old one was from the Tsar's time.
I think that's one of the big benefits of living in a smaller country.
Yeah.
You have more voice, right?
Yeah, with
So you
the
have
smaller group.
Small group, a couple 100,000 in the city say, we want this.
Yeah,
The politician sort of has to deliver.
yeah. Otherwise,
Right.
they won't be elected, right?
Where I feel in our country, especially at a national level, your voice definitely isn't heard as much.
One of the things I'd like to say, because we had the autonomy that we were under the Tsar, right? But then during the late years, there was a guy, he was a governor of Finland, kind of Bobrikov. He started to push Russian language, that we should switch the language, forget the Swedish, and start to do the things. So people started to, there was a hatred. And there was a man who assassinated him on the stairs of that Senate building. And there's still the label that here the Bobrikov was assassinated because he was the one that wanted bad things to this country, but then he died later.
I would have thought you would have taken Alexander II statue down here.
No, I think he was the one that made it possible to invest, to build a lot of the Helsinki as it is today. And I think we, in that sense, during the Tsar time, he loved this country and he invested a lot of, visited sometimes in here and kind of, for some reason, did like it a lot.
So there's no animosity towards.
No, No,
That's interesting. Okay.
I wouldn't say.
It's
'Cause
complicated like most things in life.
it is complicated because then, you know, the wars, the fight for the independence and the Civil War, it would have led, because there was a 50,000 troops in here, the Russian troops, and if the Reds would have won, then we would have been part of the social Soviet Union. And that future would have been very different than being independent and, you know, rule our own little country. That was just about to start to blossom after recognizing the language and let's say education stronger and all the things a little better. So I think this is really the monumental plaza for all the Finns to understand. This part of town has been always kind of the heart of strolling easy life, and there's been institutions like school, and then also art galleries, and here's maybe the oldest cafeteria, this Ekberg.
Oh, Ekberg. Okay.
And that was established 1852, and still the same family runs it.
Is that a Swedish name, Ekberg?
Yeah, it's a Swedish, actually. Yeah.
So this is more like bohemian type neighborhood?
Exactly. And there's second-hand stores and vintage stores and kind of little special boutiques. And then here we have the Alexander Theater that used to be our opera, but then it's that building. It's also neoclassical style.
Yep.
This used to be the brewery, the Sinebrukovs. They came in here 1817, if I recall right. That is the oldest industrial building in Helsinki, dates back to 1834, and it used to be a distillery, and later on it was a brewery. They took a lot of ice from the sea and they put it in haystacks, the ice, so it stayed cool even during the summertime.
Okay.
And that was their storage for the beer. And it was for the Sinebrukoff that later on, I think, Carlsberg bought it.
You know what's interesting? Helsinki, I mean, people have lived here forever.
Yeah,
But the city didn't really build up until 19th century.
yeah.
And in a way, New York City is just as old. I mean, right?
Yeah,
in that sense?
exactly.
Natives lived in New York City forever. And then it was New Amsterdam.
Yeah, New Amsterdam.
That's 1600s. So looking for that super old world European city, that's not here.
No, we're a young nation, very young actually, because we're more than 100 years old, right?
Okay, Rista, so you're giving the complete tour here. Obviously, we can't see all the city.
No.
For the Helsinki purist,
Yeah,
they might have a problem because we're getting out of Helsinki, right?
exactly.
To neighboring, what's the name of the town?
Espoo, but it's a part of the metropolitan Helsinki region.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted to show, because we're surrounded by waters.
Espoo, the fastest growing city in Finland.
And it has its university where there's there's an art, business and administration school. A lot of businesses like that dynamics. That's why they move into Espoo. More than 50% of the OMX stock exchange companies are located in Espoo. So it means a lot of wealth for the, let's say, in metropolitan area.
Okay, so all of a sudden it feels more modern over here.
Yeah.
Wide highway.
Here you can see the modern skyline.
All right,
Espoo.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a Microsoft, there's a Kone Corporation, there's a lot of the high-tech stuff in here.
Wow, they keep the speed limits very low.
Yeah,
There's speed cameras everywhere on the highway, right?
there are a lot of, not too much in this. I could easily speed a little bit more here if I want.
But I got to drive 4.5 hours north tomorrow. So,
Yeah,
but on
you
the highway,
better-
I stay close to
Yes, stay close to them. You can
the speed limit.
surpass maybe 5, max 10% of it, but there's there's going to be cameras.
That takes the fun out of it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. I don't like it too much.
When
but
did that start?
that started already a few years ago, and then how they built up the fine system is according to your income.
No.
So if you speed just a little bit, you may get a couple of $1,000. Boom, fine. Or
If you
$3,000.
make good income, it's a couple $1,000
Exactly.
for speeding.
And there's been stories when the guys there was once upon a time one of the hockey players has in the States real income. I mean, like
Barkov or Lundell?
And if he would speed, he would get like 100,000 ticket.
Are you serious?
Which is
$100,000?
Yeah,
No.
which is ridiculous because it's according to the income. The more you make, the more the fine you get. Which is
So you have speed cameras all over the place. They just send you a ticket. They know your income because it's public records.
Exactly, because there's a public record.
Ah, that's rough.
That's really rough.
Are people happy about this or not really?
They don't like it, but what are you going to do when it's a law? And we're a law-obeying nation. What are you going to do?
Do you feel like there are too many rules here? Or because there are so many rules, it's why it's nice?
Well, it's kind of both sides. In a certain way, it is that people would obey the rules, but then there's also maybe we're too much of a obeying the rules, even in the European Union. You know, when they say that these things got to be like this, and then the Italians do what they want. So that's
The Italians are not good with rules.
No.
The Southerners, at least.
No, they're not good. They're not good at all.
Risto, something tells me you're an organized man here with this contraption. You just dropped
Yeah,
the roof rock down.
exactly.
I like your style. Well, that's cool. I didn't know we were going to your house today.
Okay.
This is awesome.
On the top of the little hill. Here's my wife, Mario.
How are you?
Helena.
Peter.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Youngest child, Brianna.
Hello. Brianna. They're
Yeah.
okay with being on camera?
Yeah.
It's okay? Peter.
Hello,
Nice to
Brianna.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This is great out here.
Yeah.
Hieno
Porch.
ilma.
Nice weather, she said.
Great weather. Yeah.
Must be nice for the filming.
It's perfect. It's really nice. Are you living at home still?
Yeah.
Okay, how many at homes?
For 1 month.
One more month.
Saanpa jäädä kahdestaan tähän.
Then we're gonna stay together.
Riittää tilaa.
And any tips for raising 10 kids?
Onko mitä ohjeita kasvattaakseen 10 lasta?
Ei. Ei ole ohjeita. Sanon niin, että ennen... Miten sanot?
I could say we've been talking about this, and before we had no kids, we thought there was different ways to raise kids, right? But then when you had the fourth kid, you said, hey, there's no any philosophy to raise kids.
You just
'Cause
let it
all
go
of them
wild. Let it
all
go
of them
wild.
are, yeah, let it go.
When you have that many
Ja sit
kids,
lapset alkaa kasvattaa toinen toisiaan.
And then the kids start to teach us and each others.
The older siblings can teach the discipline for the younger.
right. You have to teach your parents how to behave
Yeah,
now.
exactly. There you go.
Ja sanoit, että siksi meillä on tämä talo tämmöinen, mutta me jäädään tähän kahdestaan. Että
Yeah.
ei me oltaisi ikinä tarvittu näin iso talo, jollei me olisi niin
We
paljon
wouldn't
lapsia.
have had no need to have a big place without
Okay.
need.
So did you have 10 kids in this house?
Yeah.
Okay.
9 actually.
9 here?
Yeah. One was
Shared rooms, right? You can't.
Yeah, shared rooms.
Okay.
There were 1, 2, 3,
Sä voit
Four.
kertoa, että täällä on sitten vähän kaadettu.
4 bedrooms.
Did you keep
5
it this
bedrooms.
clean when you had the kids around?
She's wonderful in doing that. Me, I'm helping too. I'm the chef, and I want to work as much as I can. But now I can when I'm more free, so to speak. Yeah. That's the whole line. But they were a little younger.
Oh, that's so great. This guy might be following your path, Risto.
Yeah.
He might be going bald.
Yeah, might be.
Never
I don't
know.
know. You'll see him. He's coming.
Oh, he's coming. Okay, cool.
He's coming.
Did you guys build this house?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's great. I
About
love the
2000.
stairs.
Canadian red oak.
Canadian red oak.
How about
You
that?
imported.
Täällä on hei aika puu.
Here's a one that's empty right now. But a lot
So
of
you'd have
times the
two in a room.
kids come and visit,
Yep.
and here's another one.
Pääsee täältä tähän.
There she lives now, but she's about to move.
Okay.
And she still works with the sewing things with the old singer from 39 or so.
Oh, that's cool.
Think about
The pedal
that.
down low.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pride and joy.
And then from here we can see.
What are you sewing?
Clothes. I usually try to make my own.
You make your own clothes.
Yeah, that's at least the goal. If not, then secondhand. But
So you get a nice lawn here.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest to keep it.
Oh,
You know, the lawn. That's a tricky business.
Oh, this is great. I always love when I'm in different countries seeing how people live. I think it's just very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's a nice home you have.
Thank
You
you.
did a great job. And the light comes in here
Thank you.
very
And
brightly at this time.
We like kind of country style, you know, a lot of oak.
Yeah,
floors
it
and-
lightens it up.
It lightens, yeah, up, and it's not too sterile.
Yeah.
Sä, että me ollaan asuttu tässä 25.
We've been 25 years in here.
Okay. And you're going to stay?
At least for the now. Maybe we'll try to, if the price will go up, and then we'll see. But
Well, this is great. Thanks for showing this.
yeah, you're welcome. That's gonna,
Oh, and you got another lawn over here?
yeah.
So when you had all 10 kids or 9 here in the home,
Yeah.
you'd always do dinners every night?
Yeah, we do dinners.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the important thing in order to communicate with the kids. You know what's going on at school and
Yeah.
how the day went.
So your wife is an athlete also? She stays in great shape?
Yeah, she swims as well, like
Okay.
me. That's our boat, great love. That's the last string that keeps us together.
Ai mitä sanoit meidän uimisesta? Mistä sä oot?
Uimisesta.
Ai niin, että se on pitänyt meidät.
Yhdistää.
Joo, se yhdistää. Joo.
Got the hot tub, Reese, still?
Yeah.
All right, another one of your children. Where are you at these days, Daniel?
I live in Espoo as well.
As well.
I
Oh, okay.
work in Helsinki, yes, but we've always lived here.
It's good to have a young guy in the mix.
Yeah.
No offense, Risto. We're the old guys. We're the older guys. But for the younger guys, your dad was saying, hey, if you got the skills right now, you're going to get a job here, no problem. There's plenty of opportunity. But unemployment's around 9%.
Yes, it's almost like record highs.
Record highs.
That is depression times. I guess, yes, there are differences like between different industries. Like
Yeah.
some, there are probably like vacancies for workforce and if you got the sort of the right perhaps education, the right skills, obviously there are jobs available, but at the same time, the high unemployment numbers, they must tell something that it's not so easy.
Right.
And it's also, I think right now with the like high unemployment rates, it's also the people with higher education that are also like being unemployed. I do believe that it's getting better soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Would you say in your generation there's a lot of Finnish pride? You're in your what, mid-20s?
Oh, I'm turning 34.
Oh, geez, all right. You guys age well. It's in the genes. Look, 70, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, but with your generation, is there a patriotism? Is there a strong love for Finland? Do you notice that or not? Or how do you see it?
We do obviously like love our country and sort of appreciate and like embrace the history that we've had, and we've come like this far. And yes, we do have the pride, but you mentioned like patriotism, or
Yeah.
how do you say that? I don't think that's very often like part of the identity of the younger generations in such like that we'd be going around with the like Finnish flags or something like that. But of course, like
Only at sports.
yeah, in sports, sure, but that's perhaps slightly like different kind of a patriotism.
Risto, what do you have here?
I have here, because being afraid that I'm not a storyteller,
You're a
I
great
asked
storyteller.
the AI a little bit that on the content, what we had a plan.
Yeah.
That how it would look like from artificial intelligence point and make a little rhyme of it. And here it goes.
Okay.
Helsinki is a city of silences that speak. It stands between sea and the forest, where gulls cry over granite harbors and pines whispers against the wind. In winter, it falls itself in the quiet, tram sliding through snow, windows glowing softly against the dark. In summer, it bursts open, people basking on the rock, laughter carried across the water, the city alive with the life as if making up for all that was hidden. In streets carried two heartbeats, the simplicity of the north and the echoes of the east. Wooden houses lean in the modern steel, Lutheran restraint rests beside golden domes. Nothing boasts, yet everything endures. The soul of Helsinki is contradiction turned into harmony, a reserve that hides warmth, a silence that holds strength, a modest city that keeps its secret like a treasure in the pocket of the sea. It does not shout its power, it hums it quietly, like the heat of a sauna after cold water, like a light return after long darkness.
That's pretty amazing. It's crazy chat's coming up with that.
Exactly.
Wow.
But I like it, like I wanted to do the contradictions. And,
Yeah.
You know, that.
I think we did that today.
Yeah, we
I
did.
asked for that. I said,
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
juxtaposition, Risto. I don't want the North Korean tour only,
No.
which means only the nice
Excellent,
stuff.
nice stuff.
But we got into some of the deeper issues and showed the nice stuff and
Showed a little not that nice stuff.
right,
Yeah.
the food line, which is unexpected from the outside.
And even the kind of tumbling down shopping mall in the eastern side.
Right. Well, I love this place, so that was great.
Wonderful.
That's awesome.
What is a good spot?
Help with the camera, I can assist.
You want to help with the camera? Yeah, no, you can take it.
Take.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I can give Risto a right-hand shake. Risto, that was awesome.
It was.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're a
My
fun
pleasure.
guy.
Thank
Knowledgeable guy, interesting guy.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that today.
You were doing the right questions, and I was amazed how you can get, let's say, down deep to the Finnish soul, and we were able to analyze it a little bit, and I hope that the memories of today will last long.
Yeah,
and
they will.
Will be.
No,
will be good.
it's a country and a culture I respect. I know very little about it, but I'm highly interested. So, thank you, audience, for watching Risto and I today. This is a part of a two-part Finnish series.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I go north into the countryside, which is a different world up there.
I bet you it is.
And some different characters. And I also shot a couple videos in northern Michigan. One had a Finnish theme to it. So I've been on the Finland program lately. Risto.
Wonderful.
All right.
Hey.
Thanks so much for that.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks for coming on that journey. Until the next one.
Bye.